Hello, chaotic bystanders, and welcome back to another episode of Total Party Chaos. You are joining us on Arc 3, episode 40, and I am your Keeper of Chaos, Billy Visna. Tonight, I'm joined by our chaotic cast. Cast, can you please introduce yourselves, your characters, and if your character was on Hot Ones, at what point would they drink the milk? Be honest.
Hello, my name is Jacob, or JC, and I'm playing Dante Smokespot, the brother to Ash Smokespot, and if Dante was a guest on Hot Ones, he would brag the entire time that he wouldn't need to take any milk, and then the second that someone introduces an idea that milk can be mixed with alcohol, he would immediately start drinking it regardless.
That is awful.
It is.
Hey,
Everyone loves a good curdle. You know?
Soda milk in the 50s.
Great.
I would watch more than one guest do it.
Isn't it like a White Russian that you can mix like vodka with milk? You have to drink it super
think anybody
fast.
who has dairy liquor hates themselves.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's can we go back for a second?
That's how we're starting.
It's
huh?
not that bad.
We're immediately
Dairy
fighting. That's how we want to
liquor.
go today.
Dairy liquor is
Yeah.
isn't Kahlua like a
super.
dairy?
Yeah,
I feel like
is kind of like that, isn't it?
yeah.
Disgusting.
Fucking.
Oh, okay. You're taking
Okay.
a hard stance. I see.
We're not gonna take a whole stream to fight, but you're wrong on stream.
You were
so
presented
that's
with
cool.
evidence and denied it.
The hills we die on.
This is the one.
Yeah.
But go on.
It's like cough medicine, but you do you, boo boo.
Fucking wrong.
He's just an alcoholic.
Come on.
I didn't want it to be any
Has-
deeper than that.
Everybody has disadvantage starting off. So go on. I'm sorry.
I'm so nice to you and we don't get an advantage, but the second I say that Kahlua tastes like cough medicine, I'm not allowed to roll nice.
Instant
Fine.
disadvantage. Go on.
I'm gonna pout for the rest of my intro.
We all learned something really valuable about each other in the last 45 seconds, and I feel...
Kahlua-based facts.
Yeah.
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 Next week's question will be on your opinions about Kahlua. Your characters.
Well, tune in.
Anyways, hi everyone. I'm Natalie. I play Doll. Because her taste buds don't quite work, I don't know if she would get to that point. It'd probably be like when orifices started erupting that she'd be like, oh, on second thought, you know, but hard to gauge. It's a good question.
Iconic. It's me, I forgot. Hi, howdy, my name is Sabrina, or Brina, whatever you want to call me, just don't call me a Kahlua drinker. And can't wait for my character to die. But before she does, Eliana would make it through the entirety of the wings, right? And then it would get to the last dab. And then Sean Evans would say, no, you don't want to put too much on there. And she'd already dumped too much on there. But she's like convinced, like, no, I can power through this. And she looks him in the eyes, takes a big bite, and then chugs the entire jug of milk.
Respectable.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Seth, or Noctopus Online, and I play Rotmaya Vilebane. And I think that, to be polite, he would match Sean Evans wing for wing and not drink any milk. But I think if you were to look into his open chest cavity thing that he has, you would find a lot of fully uneaten wings that just dropped into his down his mouth and into his cavity, because he didn't have to like chew, or he doesn't need to eat or anything like that, so it's just there. So if anyone else wants them,
Round 2, baby.
But Maya brings home leftovers for us.
yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
some.
Hot ones.
I get these
Upcycled
to
Hot
go.
Ones wings. Hell yeah. I love this.
I have a question.
I don't know if... Yes.
Does the food stay warm in your belly? Or
No,
does it
but
get
I mean, I think they'd find it pretty quick.
It doesn't even stay warm on the show. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know how that man's
not
engines
normal.
work.
I think he said during at one point, he's like, yeah, the wings are cold by the time you eat them.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just a
didn't
little
hear that part
guy.
either.
Who actually hates cold wings? So they're all good. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They do make good leftovers.
They're
I don't
right.
know if anyone has actually, fun fact for everyone, I don't know if anyone has actually tried the hot sauces from Hot Ones, but I went to a Hot Ones party a few years ago, and when you get to Da Bomb, which isn't even the hottest one, like, everything melts. Like, there's no hope after that. But it's also a good point because from then on out, you're just numb to everything. So you don't, like, the last one isn't even a big deal.
Okay, Nat, I know we have a D&D thing going on, but I really have to ask you, what the fuck
Yeah.
is a Hot Ones party? Did you guys... I am so curious.
Hey,
Just
so
bring out
for
bottles
anyone
and just
who
start going for
doesn't
it.
like football, you just like, so instead of like that one football day that I can't remember because I'm like running on
The
like 4
Super
hours.
Bowl?
Super Bowl. That's
One football day.
that's the screen one.
There's one football day a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have
yeah.
one
For
day
one
set
football
aside
that
for
one
it.
football day. It's a Sunday, I think.
Okay.
Instead of the Super Bowl, you just have a Hot Ones party where you invite all of your friends and you're like, screw football, we're gonna eat chicken wings and go from there. Like, gauge it up. You have to bring a lot of milk or your beverage of choice. And have access to a bathroom because you will have to wash your face and neti pot everything out. Like,
That is definitely what I
It's
thought when he
so
said
fun.
bathroom
We
for sure.
gotta do a hot sauce or a hot spicy foods
The
stream.
Episode?
I mean,
Oh
the
my
closest
God.
I've done was like the trying every flavor of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh. Have y'all not tried the one chip
Wow.
challenge?
Another
Every
fun
single
fact,
flavor.
I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You've worked at
the
all these
secrets.
really fun places.
I have. I was a bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings.
We are learning
How was
so many
that?
things.
I want to
Yeah.
hear more about that.
And they all
I'll tell you
involve
about
They
that.
adore.
During
Indoor
our
lot.
ad break.
Damn right! And we are sponsored tonight by this guy, Chaotic Adventurers. Your journey doesn't just end at the table, it's a lifestyle. And whether you're delving into dungeons, exploring the unknown, or just kicking back at the tavern for a nice cold glass of steed milk, Into the AM has the gear to match your vibe. With epic designs, premium comfort, and the styles that fit every class, their apparel is perfect for any quest, on or off the battlefield. So if you're ready to level up your wardrobe, use our code on their website for 10% off your next order. Get a beautiful hat, just like this beautiful guy right here. I might be a little biased. Sorry, he is, wow, stunning. Oh man, gee.
That's the
Are
only.
you?
That's the end
Wow.
of the question.
I'm glad
Yeah,
we're
I just
all
want to know
back.
if I'm among allies.
And we all heard about the entirety of Spice, Buffalo Wild Wings, and anything else that was related to those two things in a
We're
very quick amount
completely
of time.
focused on the task at hand.
I know Matt would want me to say this, so if you want to hear more about Buffalo Wild Wings, our spice preferences, or anything related to those two things, please go check out our Patreon, where Matt will specifically clip what we did during our off time to be very excited about Spice, Buffalo Wild Wings, Hot Ones with Sean Evans, and whatever is related to
Kahlua.
those three things, and Kahlua, 5 things. Matt on the other show, Matt Krasiv, at Krasiv on most social media, will clip that for you. So if you buy into Patreon, that is for you. I'm looking right at the
This is
camera.
evolving into a hit on him.
Yes, Matt,
Poor Matt.
please. Robert, you're in the chat right now. If you could clip everything I'm saying and send this to Matt, that would be fantastic.
Don't specifically clip
Thank
what
you.
Matt's
Please.
supposed to clip.
Please,
Clip
Matt is
only
supposed to
that
clip
part.
everything. Thank you. Robert, you're always my favorite. All right. Other than that, the only other thing I have to talk about tonight is we do have a Discord that is fantastic. If you want to be a part of it, we do have conversations all the time about D&D, TTRPGs, hot ones, spices, Kahlua tastes, and most episodes that we have going on in our little clip section for every show. We would love if you joined our Discord. Please check out our awesome Nightbot to see all of the great things you could join into. And beyond that, the only other thing I have to say tonight is who wants to hit our recap for the night? Anybody?
It was JC. I see you ramping up. What was
JC's
that?
got it! Bam! Ah,
Okay.
beautiful. Great. Grayscale. I already snapped, but it's
My
here.
eyes have become this odd sensation. Where we were last, the group was divided into 3 parts. There was Eliana de la Luna sequestered up into the 2nd floor of the building. There was Dolan Rotmeyer attempting to come to her aid, and there was Dante, who was, for no particular reason at all, pissed off. As he was making his way to the building, Eliana had seen that a backpack was needed to be recovered for a group of people that they were committing espionage for, and through her deception, grabbed both the book of Ash Smokespite, which had been tossed on the floor in front of her, and the backpack, and proceeded to fucking fall out of the window. For some reason, they believed that she was just that clumsy. And as right before looking over, she fell into Dante's arms, who immediately began asking her what the hell happened. She responded by hiding the book so that he didn't see that, and shoving the backpack into his arms, saying that Ash needs him to take this away. That is probably the one thing she could have said to stop him from fighting a Rakshasa that was peering over the balcony, and he did what she asked. Instead of Dante going mano a mano with the assassin, Rotmeyer and Dahl decided to square the fuck up, and almost had him beat before deciding to part ways by insulting him until he teleported away. The groups then reconvened outside of the building in a small hiding spot where Eliana informed Dante of a couple key small factors. One, that his sister was missing, and 2 is that she was hopefully not dead. He was slightly upset at this. Afterwards, the other 2 reconvened to catch the tail end of Dante complaining and saying that he wanted to go back and beat up the Rakshasa, and they all reconvened together, trying to find next steps of how they can best address this terrible Council of Thorns. And that's where we pick back up in our total.
No, there's one other really important
Oh
thing.
shit!
Doll was like some protector of some kind in a dream. Which
Doll
was
is
creepy.
dream protecting. Doll's doing another goddamn story arc while the rest of us are complaining. in the
I'm
corner.
on a side quest, okay? I can't be bothered.
Yeah,
Dream
she's
side
part of a different anime at this point, and then she'll cross back over into our universe. And that is Dia Natsunboro out. Back to you, Billy.
The doll isekai.
The doll isekai. It's okay, no one's gonna understand that accent anyway. I'm not good enough for it.
Oh, there we go. It's back. Cool. Okay. Well, if I could... Oh, actually... Can I get music back? Jesus. Okay. Alright. All that being said, pick up those smut books. Save those swamps. It's time for another episode, Total Party Chaos. Muffin Lovin' transition. want to take a second and say that muffin took a lot of time to make. But cool. All right, so now getting into this. Let's get back to where we were at. You guys were outside of the wall of the Lumina Quarter as you guys were heading your way back into the Lumina Quarter, the four of you, as you do know that Ash was still back in the manor, as Dante described, using their own option to basically keep themselves where they're at right now. Are they safe? Are they good? That's unknown to the group of you. You haven't headed through the entryway back into the lower city, but you are still on the outside of the outside of the wall. The group of you, there's nobody around. It's still dark because it's always dark in Tarson Vale. The scene is yours, Rotmeyer. You just took a decent amount of damage after getting hurt by
the bag opening.
the poison. So
Oh, that's right.
The thing Dean Attenborough forgot to mention is you've been looking at this cracked open arrow thing.
Riven had vials of some extreme poison. I think we had concluded was potentially meant for the synthephalan.
We're not
think
100% sure. There was like a journal, but Eliana hid it from you guys, but specifically from Dante. Yeah.
It's called. Okay.
It was
I just
called
have
like the
Project
Anchor Breaker or something.
Anchor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hopefully everybody remembers.
I'm not supposed to remember. It's not in
All right.
character.
Project
what is our-
Anchor Killer, everyone?
But we don't know that yet. That's only... Okay.
Oh,
Um,
is that only Rotmeyer's knowledge?
only
No. It's
Eliana.
only Eliana's knowledge.
Oh, sorry.
Doll, do you think you can mold the earth and get us under the wall?
Got you. I am gonna open a 5x5 foot cube that goes underneath this wall, if I may, Billy.
Yeah. Can you also roll me a stealth check to not draw attention to what you're doing?
Yes, of course. Okay, which dice should I use?
Why not
Ooh,
use
the
some both?
little-
I can give you
The
advantage.
wood one.
Oh, is that wood?
It's
The wood-
sandstone.
Oh.
That
Ooh.
one. It's very pretty.
Can I give
This
you
one?
advantage to roll both? Because I do like the little chunky one too.
Yes. Okay.
A little chunk.
Guys, you
So-
just have to present Billy with 2 beautiful dice, and then we'll always get to roll with
That's
advantage.
that's the secret from now on. Now you
Rolling
get
the
it.
dice. Fun fact, the Golden Gorgon made this dice, and if you put it under a light, it like shines a rainbow. I have a video on it on the TikTok from years ago.
Iconic.
Yeah. Okay,
Happy Pride Month.
that's
Hell
the
yeah.
pride.
Yeah,
You said stealth.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
No pressure.
D&D Beyond locked me out of everything. So, I'm gonna guess 2. That seems reasonable. 15.
15. As you cast it, you like, it kind of molds underneath the wall. You think nobody has seen you.
I think we've been like incredibly sneaky and also very cool throughout this like whole night and party, so I think we're good. I say that as everything behind me is on fire. Just kidding, we put stuff out. It's okay.
Eliana's going right down in.
Oh, yeah, Rotmeyer. Oh, I don't have my cape anymore. Rotmeyer feels naked without his cape. I mime flourishing my cape, and I dive in.
Down through.
All right, as the group of you like appear on the other side of the wall, back into the lower city. As you all take a look around the lower city, it seems like it's pretty empty right now. You do see some lights kind of off in the distance. Seems like it's street lights kind of like here and there. But nothing within your immediate vicinity. It seems to be a straight shot back to the abandoned clinic that you all started this adventure at.
I have a question for Doll. Can you remold the earth so somebody can't follow us underneath it?
Oh, yes, girl. Of course. And I just, like, snap my fingers. It's a cantrip, so, like...
It's a cantrip, you can do it.
Yeah! Okay.
It might be on Sean Evans! Sorry.
Sean
Summoning
Evans!
a Tarask. This is... I'm gonna wipe my team out.
Named Sean Evans.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean Evans is the BBG.
The Tarask.
What do we have that we can return to the plane of Vanguard with? They will expect results.
We have the bag, and you killed somebody, right?
Yeah, we have it.
We were able to kill one of the heroes guild.
Council?
Yes. But I worry that us ending them will only put the rest on higher alert.
Good.
Make any further attempts on their lives more difficult.
Well, maybe
Good,
they
maybe
don't
they'll-
have to kill them.
Move together. It'll be easier to find. And we have plenty of proof that we actually did what we did. We got this doctor's... Doll has the body, as well as the other one that she was using. Show them as proof, and you have his bag with you anyway, so I feel like we've done more than they deserve out of us for the amount of trouble we've went through.
I will be honest, I do not believe that they would have fared better if they brought in their own agents.
No, they would have died at the doors.
I do not trust their musical chops. Or fortune-telling chops. We were a fortune-telling group, I believe.
They don't have tarot cards on them. I'd like them to pull that out of their lost and found box.
Didn't you literally pull those tarot cards, like, out of the ground?
Yes! I made them! Yeah. Druidcraft, people. Play Druid.
Well, we can all agree on one thing, and that's if we go in there and they don't like it, they don't want to help us, it doesn't matter because we're going to go get Ash. We'll find somewhere else to sleep. That's what's important right now.
Then shall we head back?
Let's.
Rotmeyer, where are you at health point, please? Hit point.
Health-wise, do not worry. I'm alright. We all healed me a little bit after the poison bag thing. So, I'm good to get back. You don't need to worry using more spell slots on me.
I have 4 more spell slots if you do need healing. Oh, 5.
And I've got some Carmex on me that'll give me a few more points if I need to.
Wonderful. Some super glue.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Shall we away?
We shall.
I'm gonna sashay away. And yes.
Through the back alleys, I assume.
Well, it's late, right? Do we need to be sneak about this?
No reason to not be.
I mean, me specifically, yes, because I took off my disguise. Like an idiot.
Oh yeah, I'm still a little bit disguised. But yeah, I guess we'll take the back streets just in case.
As the group of you kind of make your way through the streets, can you all roll me a stealth check?
No. Oh, okay.
16.
14.
24.
Unless I get Kahlua disadvantage.
Kahlua disadvantage. 15.
I will roll for the other person in your party. 15. Cool.
Awesome.
For the other person in their party.
Was I not supposed to say that out loud?
Number.
I'm gonna stop talking.
I thought you were talking about the doctor that we 86'd.
No, they're in my
Why would we-
bag.
Yeah, why would we
Oh,
roll
gear!
stealth?
Gear's in the bag too, right?
And
he's
gear.
turned off.
But they're both in the bag. I don't need to roll
Gear.
stealth.
I don't know. I fear Billy, so I'm just gonna pretend it's the gear.
No, you can't tell Billy that. He can't
mean,
be
I
allowed
rolled
to
for
know.
somebody in your party.
If they fail against the 14 passive.
It's, they
They
passed.
pop out of the
Okay.
bag.
They
No,
whoever it was, they rolled above. As the group of you makes it to the abandoned clinic, as you guys kind of like strut through the streets, you all arrive at the front doors that are still kind of like held on shakily to wooden doors. Just as you left, you're arriving, and it looks like it is empty. But you can't see beyond. So
Did we get a Rocky Talkie from them?
No,
No, it's
I
just
don't think
boarded
they like
up.
us enough for that.
Okay. I didn't know if we needed to like call / text first. Should we knock?
The clinic didn't really show as active beforehand. It was just occupied by them, and they had all the windows boarded up.
And I've literally
And they had
never
a
knocked
big
before
one.
coming in.
That's what
Yeah,
it was.
let's-
They had a big one inside.
Oh yeah.
The
Well,
big
That's
lock
what I remember.
and top.
Rottmeier's opening the door.
Hell yeah.
I'm going in. This is my home away from home. This is my Airbnb.
as you open up, you look inside to the tiled floor and the broken reception desk area. You do see Lieutenant Commander Grayson sitting behind the desk, kind of like flipping through his book as he looks up and he goes, "Door back pretty quick." And he looks at the group of you and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems to be one missing. Where's the other?
Quick.
Things have happened.
What happened?
Shall we?
We're gonna go find her. Right after we rest here. Or somewhere.
And also presumably give you these. Are we handing him the items? Or are we playing that kid
You
close
can
to the chest?
hand the items to the person who sent us there, not him.
Trying to find
I mean,
her.
I feel like the guy who lost the bag should be involved.
Yeah, we should give it to Riven for sure.
Yeah, where's Riven? Didn't he run away?
Riven or the
ran
no,
and
he
came
got
back.
sequestered back here by us.
I think we should tell them about the Heroes Council person, though.
That
Yeah.
We're
Well,
saying this through the telepathic link, by
Yeah.
the way.
Why don't we get the captain
I
and
mean-
just everybody involved in one room and then we'll
the
just do it.
person who's like, oh yes, do this stupidly dangerous thing. We should probably tell them rather
Captain
than
Dunswell.
yeah.
So Dunswell, Greymore, and Riven. Get all three of them in here.
Why is everybody so quiet? Look like you're just nodding your heads towards each other.
We're just having a think.
I'm tired.
It's been a long night.
Where is Riven?
Riven is resting. Everybody else is on scout.
Including Captain Dunswell?
Yeah, that's the assignment I gave her.
Oh.
Is that believable to me? Can I get an insight?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I also get an insight?
I was under the impression that
weird.
she was the one giving them.
Yeah, I thought Captain Dunswell was. I don't know rank.
Worse. Oh, that's a dirty 20. Insight, my good sir. 16 plus 4.
7.
The fact that he didn't say anything immediately
Doll,
after that.
You're very unsure the rank, and maybe this man could be possibly lying. Dante Captain Dunswell said out loud, "I report to Lieutenant Commander Grayson," like more than a few times in the conversations you've had.
We're just little
I'm gonna
guys.
say I have ignored Captain Dunswell. I just remember that lieutenant. he's higher.
He's just
Right.
watching all of you stare at him like puzzlingly, and he's like,
Shrug.
"It's
All right.
really okay.
I don't even have him written
But
down.
Could I go see Riven?
He's off in the infirmary wing," and he points back over. You know your way. You've been.
Yeah, she goes.
He watches and he looks at the rest of you and he goes, "Is everybody? Have you been followed?"
Just shrug. That's a mighty
No.
wild question to ask. No, we don't believe we have. We were expecting a report to Captain Dunswell's all, since she was the one that sent us out here.
And he flips open his notebook and he like writes in it and then he shuts it and he goes, "Interesting. Okay. Well, please go on. What were you reporting to Captain Dunswell? Is there anything you have completed? I truthfully, I don't know where you're at status wise right now. If you report in, you may, but I feel like I'm missing something that you've been given."
That's all right. If we've accidentally caused a bit of a skippage in the chain of command, we're more than happy waiting right where we are for Dunswell to turn and explain herself to you, and then we can page. We had no intent to skip chain of command with you. We'll sit tight and wait for her to return.
Dunswell will not be back for a while.
As fuck.
We're fine waiting for a while, sir.
Okay.
Have
Well,
we met him before?
I
Yeah.
have. I've known this guy.
the rest of you have. You just haven't like directly. You Rottmeier was having the conversation when the rest of you were talking amongst yourself.
No, he was the
Um,
one. He was the one that Rottmeier was saying, "I promise," and everything too.
Yeah.
That's right, in the back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
speaks up and says, "Well, you can wait as long as you want. I don't." Dunswell is on a specific mission. And he looks over at Rottmeier, and then he just says, "She'll be back soon. Hopefully."
Why then don't we go get some rest and we'll debrief in the morning? I've got to scrub
Solid
all of this
to me.
paint off.
Yeah.
Hi. Please go spend the time with Riven in the infirmary or take your time elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Seth. Go for it.
I'll go back outside and get like a bucket and some water and I don't know, a particularly rough stick. And just spend the evening scraping off the old flaking paint. Getting back to my old pitch black.
I will go find Ileana and Riven.
Is it possible to ask Riven a question before everybody else gets in?
Yeah, let me change it to less serious music.
Oh no, we might need the serious music.
Riven, are you an assassin? Purple
Be my father.
liquid in crossbow.
Riven is laying on the bed, like kind of knocked out. Like
Wake up.
I
Put up a little makeup.
hello.
Wanted to.
Fucking hell.
Oh, goodness. Hey.
It's me, the moon.
That. Okay.
I-
Happy you're back.
What is
That's-
Project Anchor Breaker, Anchor Ender. She looks at the notebook. What does it say?
It says Project Anchor Killer.
Project Anchor Killer. What is it?
What is Project Anchor Killer?
You don't know? It was in your bag, Riven.
I genuinely, I have no idea what you're talking about.
We retrieved your bag.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to inside him.
Go, go for it.
Insight 17 plus 11 is a 28.
With a 28, he looks extremely confused at what you're saying.
Yeah, poor boy.
What is a Project Anchor Killer?
You had a bag
Yes.
when you were attacked. Did you know what was inside of it?
Inside was a weapon, but I don't know the name of it. I don't know any specifics about it. Is that
A weapon and a journal.
there was not? No, I apologize. There was. I did take a journal as well, but I didn't get a chance to actually look into the journal.
Who are you bringing the bag to, Riven?
Back to. And he kind of shuts his mouth and looks down. No one. Did you get the bag? Back?
Riven. Come on. It's just me. No one else is in the room. Who were you bringing the bag to?
It was a mission outside. Do you promise you have sincerity in the things I'm saying to you right now?
That I'm sincere in what I say to you, or that I believe
Yes,
you?
that you will not. Anything that I say to you will not leave the conversation we are having.
I promise.
I work for. I work for the planar vanguards, but I was doing work for my contact Line Moth for this.
And who's Line Moth?
He was somebody that worked for what seemed to be a network. I don't know the network fully, but Lion Moth was an agent inside of the Heroes Consul's reach before he was let go.
And you were doing this for money, for protection, for what, Riven?
Doing this to make Tarsonvale a better place outside of. And then he looks over towards the Planar Vanguard and he goes, outside of what I think the Planar Vanguard would have approved of. Or maybe they would have approved of worse. I don't know. I don't know.
Riven. Thank you for telling me.
Of course. Thank you for returning. Very happy to see you back. He smiles slightly. Do you mind if I see what's in the bag?
Riven. I'm sorry. But if this is what I think it is, I can't let anyone have it. I'll show you, but you can't take it.
He looks at you and he reaches out, like, kind of a little weakened, but mostly healthy, and he says, I don't care if you actually show me if it is what I think it is. Throw it in the deepest, darkest trench that you can find. Do not return it back to the Planar Vanguard. Promise me.
The Planar Vanguard will not touch it. I promise. But if we are in agreement on that, I'm going to need your help.
With what?
Tonight, while we rest, while everyone else rests, you and I are going to fill the bag with something else. We have to make something, do something that will trick them for at least enough time for us to get rid of the real thing, Riven.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What did the journal say?
You can read it for yourself. And she'll hand over just the journal, because she put that in her personal bag.
As he's reading it, Doll, I'd say you'd enter at this point. And he's like peering through it as he's like flipping through the pages, and you see like Doll, you see the same thing as Riven's look on his face is one of pure just like he just looks like the wind has been knocked out of him as he flips, and then he flips. Then he shuts the journal, and he puts the journal on his lap, and he just like takes a second as he puts his head in his hands. Okay. And he hands the journal back to you, Eliana.
Eliana, does she know that Doll's in the room? Did you make yourself known?
I come in that time. Should I?
Is anyone following you?
Is anyone following me? No.
I'm outside.
No, I don't think so. They didn't tell me they were.
Will you come here, Doll?
Sure. I'll like lightly like dance towards.
Eliana grabs the journal off of Riven and hands it to you.
What is this?
Read it. Whatever is in this bag, it's bad, Doll. We can't let them have it. Not when we know what they're trying to do.
Hey.
It says the same things that I explained to Eliana last time. It says Project Anchor Killer. Everything else is redacted in black. It does explain that there's a very high concentrated poison in the bolts, and it doesn't explain what poison. If I didn't, I might have explained it last session, and that's my apologies if I didn't. If I did, I will absolutely say it.
Yeah, I don't, at least I don't have it written down what the
Okay.
poison was, just that it was like corrosive.
It is very corrosive. And beyond that, it is imbued with a 9th level banishment spell.
I think you did say that, yeah. Okay. Oh, do we believe that the Planar Vanguard wants to use this? I guess I'm a little confused because, like, are we, like, in between two baddies? Like, not the good kind of baddies, but, like, the bad kind of baddies. Is
Yeah.
that what I'm picking up from this?
We talked about it before we went to help them, and they want to send the Synthalen back. And we all know that there's not really a back to go to, and I think this weapon, if it's connected to some anchor that keeps them here, or
It'll send them back.
it could send them back, or it could kill someone that is keeping them here, or something like the heart.
Do you
Sorry.
you both
Written.
just do you know how anchors are you familiar with how anchors have been disposed of in the past?
Are anchors people? Riven?
As far as we know, yes, anchors are people. Anchors are they're individuals tied to the plane that ties them to Belisar. An anchor is somebody that if their presence is no longer here in the plane they're in, the realm may not be tied to Belisar any longer. It's a little more than that though. There's a special way that it has to be done, from what Lieutenant Commander Grayson has told me. From my understanding, the way that Burchester, it's a place north here. It's the home of the Planar Vanguards. The way they got rid of the plane, the realm that was tied to Burchester, is they had to make sure that their anchor was back in the plane they came from before they died. And then when they were killed in their plane, the plane was detached from Belisar. If I'm not mistaken, the way that this weapon works is that the banishment works before the poison. If the bolt was to hit an anchor, it would banish them back to their home plane, and then the poison would take them out before they came back from the spell. And if that were to work, then this weapon that they created would indeed be what they call an anchor killer. It would take out whoever ties the plane to the realm. I mean, it's in the name. It does exactly what it's set out to do.
So they were planning on using this on members of the council, probably Joltarian.
Or he made
Is that
this.
too broad to assume? Or he made it. Does that mean if we Joltarian here that the Synthalen would stay?
If from my understanding, based on what Lieutenant Commander Grayson said, is if you took the anchor out in its not native plane, the plane would stay tied to the realm they're tied to. But I don't know anything past that. I don't know if the anchor could pass over to somebody else. I don't know if somebody else would become the anchor. I all knowledge beyond that is it's hearsay.
Ileana, in your mind, you hear Dahl say, that outlines our purpose really clearly, that we need to kill everyone who poses a threat, like Joltarian and Voltark and whoever else, here, and protect Riven for as long as we can. Because he's the only one that has been willing to share this information with us. It's probably not as black as white, but that's where I'm at.
in the link. I don't know if that's what we should do, doll. I mean, we should protect Riven, but I don't think this is a black and white issue anymore. I think it's, Ash might say, 50 Shades of Grey.
I get where you're coming from. Yes. We do need the artifact back, though. That is black and white faux show.
We do. And I think that we need to destroy this weapon, but I wanted you to know. Oh, I trust you. And I know I've said it before, but I mean it. I can tell that you're good. Every part of your soul, it's radiant. I trust you.
That is so nice of you. You just see Doll making these faces, but not saying anything out loud. But she's like reacting to what you're saying, and she's like touched. I'm trying to like, because I'm like, what if we like bury this? But what if they've already used like locate object on it? What if they're following us? Like, this is not an easy thing to think about. I think we're gonna have to give it some thought.
I have one idea, and she says this out loud to you and Riven.
Yes, girl.
If this weapon does not exist on this plane, then it can't harm the anchor. I think that
Wait,
the Synphalan... I think that the Synphalan and the people of Tarson Vale, that they can live together and they can be happy. But the Synphalan have to know that they're not at constant threat to be sent back. And the people of Tarson Vale have to know that they're not being pushed out. And maybe it's a fool's task, but if we get rid of this weapon, it leaves both of them with no choice.
There's gotta be a way we can hack this. I don't know what that is, though.
I think I can try to open a portal to the Fey realm. But...
and put it somewhere else.
Yes. I can't guarantee the aftermath of that.
Really quickly, when did you all use it once?
Did we use the arrow?
The weapon?
No, it had broken in the bag, and Rodmeyer tried to keep all the liquids in his head, and then he started, dying, to take it lightly, before we poured it all back into a flask.
Goodness, that's okay. Not what I'm asking. I hope everyone is
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Involved.
Yes.
I'm only asking because the banishment spell has been recharged on that. You can see on the side of it. This is not the first time that weapon has been used. And he points to like a little part of it, and you see there's like an etching that has been like crossed and burned. And the new etching of the banishment spell is on there.
Well, shit.
Maybe they don't know who the anchor is.
I'm wondering who was on the other end of that, though.
Whoever it was. Just another person who didn't need to die, doll.
You know what, though? We can continue to think about this, and I think that's probably smart. But, like, my gut right now is, like, telling me that your idea of, like, putting it somewhere, maybe, like, in the Feywild is, like, one of the best options we have right now.
We have to give them something tomorrow in Riven's bag. It can't be this.
Oh, girl, I have bodies we can give them. They don't fit in a bag. What if we put, like, the buttons in them? I have stuff we can give them. Probably.
I mean, to me, if I was an enemy, if I stole something powerful, I'd take it out of the bag it came in. Obviously, assassin isn't that smart, so
We could just say that whatever was
if
in
they
there.
question what's in there, we'll say that that's what was in there when we got it.
Okay.
But to do that and do it
I
well,
think we all need to be on the same page. Whoever knew what was in this bag needs to be up to date on it.
or we have to trick them.
You mean like Dante and Rotmeyer, we have to trick them?
Yes.
Which I'm not, like, I'm not complaining. Like, I'm here for the girls. I don't know. What am I here for? Nature? Probably. So, like, yeah, like, whatever's clever, like, I'm down. Like, I don't really care. Like, but, like, I do care. I don't know.
I just... Rotmeyer seems to have loyalties here and cannot lie. And Dante... I think if Dante understood what this weapon was, I think he'd take it from my bare hands and charge forward to shoot whoever is in front of him to get to Ash with. And I don't think either of those options are very viable for us.
Yeah. I don't know. Dante's fairly measured. Just from, like, the time I've known him over the past 4 days that I've known him.
It's been a month. It's been
past
a month.
3.5 days that I have known Dante. He wouldn't do. I don't know. I mean, sure. It can just be between us. That's fine. And I have stuff in my bag, so we can, like, whatever you want.
Do you trust them, doll?
I trust Dante more than I trust Rotmeyer, only because I don't know Rotmeyer very well, and Rotmeyer does seem to have, like, a very, like, centered direction for things.
And
Which is fine, but it's hard when you have these two warring black and white perspectives.
And after what the smoke spites did to you, you don't think they'll do it to somebody else?
Probably. Corporations, man. Capitalism, man. Honestly, can I be, like, so real here? Can I be, like, so real?
Right.
This will probably
Yes,
get me
be
in
so
trouble.
real right
It's gonna be
now.
so real. I really don't care who, like, people-wise, like, live or die. I'm here for, like, the animals and the trees. So, like, even, yeah. You think I'm, like, this really good person? I'm not. If everyone died, I'd be like, yay. Good for them.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No.
Do I need to show you then? Because I can start killing people.
No. Souls don't lie, doll. And maybe you wouldn't care for a moment or a decade, but you would care when your soul caught up to you.
That's very interesting to hear. I appreciate the insight. Because it's interesting to me to hear how other people see me. I don't get that a lot. Well, I do. But it's not in the ways I like. And I don't know if I like this either.
The thing is, doll, one of the perks of the job is I get to see everything people do or don't want to see about them and tell them if it's true or not. And I'm telling you this now, even if you hate it, I will tell you 1,000,000 times over. You are not someone who could live with that much blood on your hands.
Is this Ileana speaking? Is this from her perspective of Doll?
This is from Eliana's knowledge of what your soul looks like and what that means.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. She'll just look at you and be like, okay. Cool. We don't have to tell Dante. Not a big deal.
Then would you like to do arts and crafts with Ribbon and I?
Yes, and I'm a big fan of adding yet another secret to my book. I have like a list of secrets in here, by the way.
I'm really glad you guys are having this in-depth discussion while I'm just here. Good on you. I see you.
How are you feeling,
love
Ribbon?
Listening, Ribbon.
Not great. I mean, I woke up. I think I have a stomach flu now. But kind of just.
Eliana backs away.
Oh,
to be fair, this place is like really dirty.
Yeah, it's not been.
It's like dirty in here.
It's not been the greatest of times here. But it's just the stomach flu. So he just like vomits next to you guys, and he goes, "Okay, but like,
I'm gonna go. But thank you so much for sharing all of that with us,
I can't believe I have it in front of you. I'm so sorry."
And leaves the room.
Oh my god!
If I
I'll
may,
stay.
as
I'm
he
not
turns
doing
to Yarts, Rotmeyer comes in spick and span, and then turns and right all over Rotmeyer, and then just, I'll be back outside with the ball for the tub.
I'll go with you, Rotmeyer.
He's just hands in his face in his hand. I can't believe I did that.
What a night! What did you eat?
Is he 14?
God, I hope
I
not.
can't. I
He
vomited
got
in front
stabbed!
of these girls.
He's just feeling better, and now he just puked in front of the first people he's seen.
I threw up.
I threw up.
When you go to leave again, Eliana asks if you want company.
If you wish, I'm going to just rinse off my greaves. That's all.
I could use with a good face washing too. So if you have another bucket, I would gladly join.
Of course, there's plenty out back. We collect.
We collect buckets.
Yeah,
The ulterior
I
motives.
thought for a second you said we could lick them, and I was
No.
quite disturbed. I'm not gonna do that.
As we're walking or kind of re-cleaning up out back, Eliana, what did you end up discussing with Riven? What is the game plan?
Oh, he flirted with me endlessly as always.
That's Riven.
We'll give them the bag tomorrow, but I think everybody just needs to sleep on their decisions.
Could I roll an insight?
You sure can.
Oh, thank God! For once, I have a character that's good. I rolled a 5. It's a 13.
Eliana, give me one trait that may be slightly off.
Eliana usually looks you in the eyes when she talks to you, and she's not looking you in the eyes.
Okay. I take that as a sign that it's best that I not ask more. That perhaps maybe it's best I don't know what you actually mean. And I think we keep the rest of the talk pretty light as I'm washing the rest of ribbon off of my boots.
Anybody else? Okay. Are all of you getting rest at this point?
Yeah.
I'm in sentry mode, of course.
I'm checking to see how much rest I need. To see if I can do... Okay, I only need 4 hours. So I'll do the crafts first, and then I'll do craft night with Riven and Doll, and then I'll go to sleep.
He's like, thank you for coming back. I didn't think you would.
Just don't...
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. Oh,
She brought a bucket from outside for Riven.
that's so kind. That's so kind of you.
I'm very kind, we have learned.
That's fine. I don't know if you've ever had cure wounds heal your entire stomach or liver back in place. But I assume there's infection with it, and that's kind of what I'm just going through right now.
Nobody had like a greater restoration, even a lesser they could give you.
I didn't ask.
That's like the whole point of like
does Rotmeyer have
heal
that?
wounds.
I feel
is
like
to,
I
like,
should.
I didn't ask anybody because you all did so much of a nice job healing me up to like where I'm at now.
Boy.
Did someone poison you?
I mean, maybe before, but I feel fine up until a certain. Besides this, I feel fine. Besides this,
It's giving arsenic poisoning, and that's all Doll was gonna say.
okay.
Bedside manner, Doll. We gotta work on that.
I really.
Oh
hope
yeah,
not.
Doll has 0 bedside manner. Not. What are we doing craft night wise?
I think Eliana takes the arrow, or like an arrow. Oh, she has arrows. She takes arrows from her bag, and she's going to draw a copy of the rune, but slightly off, so that even if somebody instilled magic into it, it wouldn't work. Do you have any experience creating acid?
Like, I can do a lot of like natural poisons.
Then
Acids, I'm a little on.
Then
I can do something like a necrotic-y. Do you want something that's like kind of rotted?
something that I can capture. And so we're gonna pour out the flask into my secondary flask. I have a lot of flasks.
Okay. I also have flasks. I have little, if we need them.
Oh, incredible. So we'll pour out the actual liquid into a different flask, and then since Rotmeyer and Dante saw this one, we'll put a different liquid that also disintegrates kind of sort of into it, and I'll mix it with my purple eyeshadow and some more things to give it the same look as what was on the arrow before, and then hopefully we can pass this off as that.
Yes, I love it. Billy, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Okay. I haven't used any of my 4 charges of fungal infestation during this round. I have all 4 of them. Could I use one of them to help make this concoction and like condense it into like a fluid or a powder that we could mix to make it look like a replica?
What is there damage with the fungal infestation?
No, but if something dies in front of me, it would be used to reanimate it.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's
Yes.
more fun.
I will give it a damage table. And it can still do the thing that you were saying it can do. The only thing I would ask is for you to do a nature check to imbue what you're trying to imbue into it.
Yeah, fair enough. Using a different die this time. 12. Hang on. No, that's a 9. Okay. 15 then. I swear I didn't change it.
You kind of cast it and like imbue this thing with what you think is that infestation.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Okay.
we'll take out the actual mechanism, the crossbow, and we'll hope that they fall for it, and if they don't, then, well, I don't have a plan for that.
Well, it's gonna do something. And, like, when it does, I think they'd be pretty pleasantly surprised, at least for a little while.
I'm more worried about Dante and Rotmeyer. I know we can tell them that's what's in the bag when we found it, but they know what was in the bag when we found it, and
It
what
still
do you
might
want to
take
do if
them a
they
minute.
catch us?
I mean, it looks like what we found. I will say that.
Okay. Just one last question before we go to sleep, doll. Is Dante the forgiving type?
I think so. I think in his heart, he's actually like a huge softie. Because I've seen him bend on things that he has adamantly denied. I would never do this kind of a thing, and then he does it. Or he'll make surprising decisions that you wouldn't think would be within his character.
Okay, I think Rotmeyer will understand. And if Dante understands, that means when we get Ash, she'll understand, and once we save her, the smoke spites won't kill me and everything that I love, so I can sleep easy.
Wait, okay, so is that why you care? Because you're afraid they're gonna kill you? Because I'm like trying to figure out like why you care so much about if they believe you and stuff.
I don't have a lot of friends, doll, and I don't agree with Ash or Dante on... I can't think of anything I agree with them on, actually, but what I saw in Dante, I wanted to believe they were both just cold and bad, and I forgot that the reason I fight is for the in-between. I don't think I could live with myself if I comforted someone like that just to betray them the next day. And I'm going to have to. And it would be a lot easier if he didn't know.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for asking.
You look tired. I know I'm tired.
Exhausted.
I think we need some sleep or rest or something. I know
Ribbon,
you don't
when you
sleep.
sleep,
but,
can you
like,
turn on your side so you don't like vomit? And
choke on
preferably
it. Don't like vomit and choke on it.
Yeah, and preferably the side that's not facing towards me would be great.
As
She puts him on his side.
He's been choking on. He's been choking for like the last 3 minutes quietly.
seriously,
White.
I'm really fine. This is really deep moments.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna get this
I'm
guy
gonna
a great
cast-
restoration later or something.
Cure wounds on him another 2 more times.
Oh my god.
Just for the sake of him.
Oh my
Like,
god.
to stop his vomiting.
How many
God, I
hit-
wish I had a cone of silence right now so bad.
Then 14 for the first one. And 7, 21.
He goes,
And that's-
huh. What?
He's just gonna
wow.
dry heave the entire night.
I don't really feel like I'm gonna throw up anymore. Yeah, I feel fine. Thank you.
Miracles happen.
I don't really know. Was there a spell for that?
No! No! I didn't cast anything. I'm gonna turn into a pile of dust underneath his bed.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, I guess.
Before she goes to bed, she kind of like tucks Ribbon in. Very like all these men who are flirting with her, she's just mothering them.
He looks at you as you're like tucking him in, and he's like, the whole throwing up thing didn't like scare you away, right?
Scare me away from what? Ribbon?
Oh, I mean, just like myself hanging
Like,
out
as a person.
in like general.
But I'm right here, so I'm not scared to. I'm a big girl. I can handle vomit. I just don't want to be vomited on.
Okay, no,
I don't have a lot of clothes left since I can't go back to my house since it was seized by people who don't like me and want me dead.
Oh, you did get your house seized.
Moo.
Yeah.
No, I only asked because you, I mean, you ran out of the room pretty quick when I was eating earlier. With
I didn't want to get
Rotmeier.
vomited on. With
Oh.
Rotmeier.
Sorry that I almost vomited on you.
That's
Apologize.
okay. Rotmeier saved me.
Okay. Yeah. No. That's it. That's all I really wanted to say. Thank you.
Why are you upset, Ribbon?
Nothing. And then he turns over on his other side and he goes, I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zero Riz, and Eliana is one of the arguably most attractive people in Carsonvale, and he's expelling liquids.
Out of everyone acting weird, his is the most understandable.
Yeah, yes.
16.
How much?
You ever 16? You ever almost vomit on a really pretty girl?
He turns over with like a slight blush on his face. He's like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's like whatever. Like I'm good. I'm not feeling great. I'm gonna get some sleep." And then he like starts fake sleeping on his side away from you.
Honk snoo.
He's like,
Eliana
he's just turned over, embarrassed.
Goes to the other side of the room to perform her trance.
That's fine. He's like totally like trying to sleep, and he is just so embarrassed that he almost puked earlier. And like now he really doesn't know how to fucking deal with like the situation. He's like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. And he just starts fake sleeping.
This is great. I am living for how awkward this is.
I don't want to go in there. I think I'm gonna sleep outside.
join me.
We all actually go back to the place where we're definitely gonna die to avoid sleeping next to Riven.
Rotmeyer's like, I'm gonna head back to the crypt. I'll see you guys there.
Even I understand these social cues.
Riven's
I'm
like,
gonna go.
I'm just leaving the abandoned clinic. I'll be a part of a new guild. Fuck this.
I mean, sleeping on the roof of the clinic.
Yep. So where's everybody at in the building?
On top of the building. I'm not lying. I've gone to the outside and have climbed up onto the roof to both disappear from people, to ponder the events that have happened, and to be the first one to know if Ash sorts this out herself.
I think Rotmeyer was approaching the door, and he heard the awkward exchange, and I'm like, I will find a storage closet or something. And I am in like a mop room.
Nobody wants to cover, or nobody wants to, like, comfort this young man who's going through, like, the worst moment of his life.
No.
He's just, like,
Absolutely not.
he's just
No,
sitting
no,
there,
no.
like,
Build's character.
embarrassed
Look,
on, like, a
Keep
fucking...
Riven,
This
is
guy
your
got
canon
stabbed,
moment.
and this is the
Build's
worst
character.
moment of his life.
It is.
As someone
This
who
is
is a
he
very
rather get
shy-
stabbed again.
As someone who is a very shy teen, the last thing I want is for someone to observe me, to be perceived by anyone else.
Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair. Riven he is just on his side, not trying to be
Just
observed.
in a room alone, sleeping near one of the most beautiful people in the city.
Oh my
He's not gonna
goodness.
sleep at all tonight.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's gonna replay that scene over and over and over in his head.
Forever.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's a montage that goes with it the rest of his life.
In 10 years, he'll be in the shower and be like, hey, remember when this happened?
Oh, God. Tells his kids about it. Where are the rest of you? Doll, Eliana, where are you guys at?
I am under Riven's bed, like I said, absorbing all of these interactions through my awkward osmosis. Which is a thing I just made up right now.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of the infirmary doing my trance. As far as I could be from Riven without, like, leaving the room.
Fair enough. Eliana, what are you trying to attempt right now? Are you
My
trying?
trance.
For 4 hours.
I know you're doing your trance. The only thing I'm asking is I know you had the idea of getting rid of the weapon into a different
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think once everyone else is asleep, Eliana is going to go to find like a private space. If she can't find somewhere where she could be alone, she would go like out back where the buckets were. And she's going to think of... Sorry, let me pull up their name. She's gonna think of Maz and try to like send out a like call connection pulling on like her thoughts about Maz, to see if she can get him to open the portal. If not, it will have to be the next day after I rearrange my spells. But that's her first thought, is if anybody would know what to do with this, it would be Maz, and so she's trying to like connect with them.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. 19.
19. As you close your eyes and you picture what, like, basically the connection to Maz. In front of you, like a small swirl, like almost like what seems to be like a purple, like, cloud kind of starts to expand slightly in front of you as it starts to, like, take form and it starts to kind of, like, protrude. In front of you, you see what seems to be a sharply dressed fae with, like, silver streaked hair and eyes that kind of catch, like, every flicker of light. With a really blue, like, a deep blue coat that kind of shimmers slightly. And he has like a scarf that kind of, like, goes over his neck that also has, like, it's like star speckled almost, and it drapes all the way down as you see. It just kind of, like, hangs all the way down his neck. You see him, like, this fae sitting at his desk with, like, glasses that kind of hang down to his nose as he seems to be just kind of writing away at a desk with, like, a parchment in front of him. He...
Maz?
My dear Aniana. Hello. Been a while. And he smiles.
I'm so sorry. I failed, but I have something that I need you to take.
My dear, I don't think you've failed in the slightest. You seem... There seems to be something different about you that I can't really put a finger on yet, but I wouldn't call that a failure.
She reaches into her bag. She doesn't know how much time she has, and holds up the weapon. She has wrapped it in cloth so that it doesn't hurt anybody, but I have to stop a war, stop a collision. I can't do it if this is here. And I know you wouldn't let anything bad happen to anyone, so.
My dear, I would only here to support. Please, pass me whatever that is.
She passes it through.
Eliana, actually Sabrina, I need...
Yeah.
Can you please name me 3 of Eliana's most cherished memories that Eliana holds dearest?
Yeah, and it's from the time yeah. Oh no.
Oh yeah, write your backstory. Go on. Here for it.
The first one is her first show that Gear got her. And when she came out of and off the stage, he didn't tell her he was going to be there, and he was. And she felt so supported and loved by someone who barely even knew her. The second one was the twinge of remembrance that she had the second she saw Doll's soul and what that meant to her. And that hint that maybe this person could be somebody that she can call a friend. And the last one would be when Dante kneeled down and let her sing to him and opened up to her.
Eliana, as you hand Maz the clothed weapon and you pass it through, as your hand touches the portal that's between you and Maz, you hand it to Maz, and you remember this vivid memory of Gear coming up to you, like you're just getting off stage. You feel the applause behind you. You feel what seems to be like one of the crowning entertainment moments of your career, like just the beginning. Something that was so fresh and so new to you. As you see Gear come up to you and he goes, That was fantastic. I just you shined out there. I don't have a word for that. The Synthvalen don't really have entertainment where I come from, but that was spectacular.
She doesn't know why in the moment, but she hugged him.
As he hugs you back, you almost it doesn't escape his lips, and you don't feel as the words were actually said, but you just remember, am I okay? As the memory starts to fade away of Gear, and you don't remember don't remember this hug, you don't remember the moment that Gear congratulated you. The applause dissipates, and your memory of your first performance disappears as your hand touches the portal, and you hand over the weapon to Maz. And Maz looks at you and goes, My dear, are you okay? Something seems to trouble you.
She doesn't know why. She never knows why. But she's crying. And the worst part is for her that the only thing that feels familiar is the crying.
Oh. Dear Eliana, I hope you're taking care of yourself.
I am. I'm helping people. And next time you see me, I will be worthy.
Good. And he reaches towards the portal and he goes, My dear, I hope whatever worthy means to you, that you're worthy for yourself and no one else. Good luck.
Thank you. And if the portal's closing, while it is, she holds her hand where she places her hand to everyone else when she reads their souls. And there's this absence or this question mark. And she watches the answer fade away.
Goes. Eliana, you're left alone.
She goes back in and she goes to sleep. She goes to her trance. And Riven and Doll, if they were awake when she was back, Usually Eliana hums in her trances. And this is the saddest song that you've ever heard her sing.
Doll. What's your passive perception?
Oh, 14, I believe. Give me 2 seconds to double check that. Yes, 14.
You, with a 14, you feel like a presence beside you. Hey. Hey. It's on the other side of you, should you choose to turn over.
Is this Albie? I'm gonna turn over.
Albie.
Turn over! It's frickin' Albie with his gooey berry.
I got the art! as you turn over, you hear, hey, and you see what seems to be like a small chipmunk with like pink eyes. Like its eyes are like bright pink. And it's just sitting there. It's staring at you. As it's like you see it like chewing its hands vigorously. Trigger warning. It could get very descriptive about. I'm not gonna go into gore, but it could be a little dark. As you see, the chipmunk is like chewing its fingers, like its thumbs. Hey.
Oh, hey, girl. It's been a really long time. What have you been up to?
You remember me?
I definitely do.
Where have you been?
Compared to where we first met by your tree?
Yeah.
I've been here. Do you know where here is?
Do?
You do?
Do.
How do you know where here is?
Because
Where is here? You.
Because I'm not really here, doll.
Oh no.
Source. You casted blight on me. Dissipated.
Yeah, that's why I was really confused. Am I hallucinating this?
Maybe it's how you feel on the inside right now that's bringing me here.
Oh my. Quick check-in. How am I feeling inside right now?
How do you feel on the inside?
Probably just tired. And a little angry. Very angry. I'm very angry.
You feel as it plays. Why are you angry?
You know, girl, okay, can I like tell you can I spill? Can I like vent to you for a sec? It's not even like spilling tea. It's just like how I'm mad. Like
I have no choice. I'm
So,
bound
like-
to you. Go on.
that's kind of dark.
A bit.
But like anyways, I'm going to take advantage of that. So like here's the thing. Like they're like putting people together from like different parts. Like monster parts. Like me. They're like making more versions of me. And I'm the only one that's like me. And I don't know if I would wish this on many people. No. I don't know. Maybe I'd wish it on everyone. But it's not right. No. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Not this abomination. Things are made in nature to be as they are, not with intervention. And this is an abomination. And they are making abominations. And now I have people that believe that I would save all of these species that are doing this, and I wouldn't. I'd set them all on fire. And now people think things about me that they shouldn't. And that pisses me off. So yeah, that's like where I'm at like right now.
Well, what does that say about yourself?
For a long time, I really thought I was like fighting for like both life and death, for the natural cycle, you know. I don't know if I'm fighting for all of life anymore though.
I mean,
I think I'm fighting for a good part of death.
well, I mean, the actions that were directly caused by you killed half of Valenbrook, so that's possibility.
Honestly, that's like a good thing. Yeah. That's like probably like for the best. Because then people do shit like this, you know? And that's not right.
I understand. So you
Yeah.
do you feel like death defines you?
Absolutely. Yes. I think now more than ever.
The chipmunk reaches his hand out to you and says, if that's really the way you feel, I would love to be there with you.
I reach back out. I would love that too. I don't have very many friends.
As Doll, you touch the hand, and what seems to be a blinding light, like a very pink light, just as you like sit up and you wake up, and you feel yourself like sitting there for a moment, like you woke up from a dream. As you kind of sit forward, you look over slightly to your left, and you notice touching you is one of the rosebane vines, like down, breaking through the tile, touching the side of your leg. The rosebane has entered Tarson Vale. As you go to look down at your hands, you are now blessed with the gift of rosebane, and I will give you the effects with it later because you accepted the gift. So after the stream, I will let you know what bonuses you get. But as you look at your hands, your veins like pulse a very light pink, and like everything pulses like a little light pink.
Oh, I don't know if I wanted that.
It's great.
Oh, because that is what I've been fighting against. No.
You're death incarnate.
Yay, character development. Doll's gonna sit there and quietly freak out, and that's gonna consume the rest of her time.
Right. Rotmeyer, do you go to sleep?
I go to sleep in the same way that any Warforged would, fully awake and alert. I will power down, but I'm still kind of just awake for the purposes of keeping an eye out on things. But I will be sort of inert in my room closet.
Okay. Rotmeyer, as like you're inert, like you feel like little glimpses of like something is out like the corner of your visor. Like you can like see like little peaks of something like on the left, on the right, like very quickly, but you can't get a glimpse of what it exactly is. And then the only things that you hear is, "I will get you next time, trash can." That is it.
uh, do I still feel like this presence is here with me, or has it gone?
You feel like it's in like the corner. Like you can't like look at it, but you feel like it's there.
Then I'll be silent for a moment, and then that sort of lightless fire in my stomach. I guess you wouldn't see it because it's dark in here, but it grows a little. Then that means I will see you again. And Rotmeyer would the best approximation of a grin.
So you grin. The last thing that you hear is, "What is it like to be a sheath with nothing inside?" And that last thing that you hear.
This man.
Dante, you're sitting on the roof. Do you have the sending stone that I know everybody had one at the beginning of the campaign?
Yeah,
still
I'm the
have
one who
yours.
kept it. Yeah, I've got that in my pocket, basically. At the moment, I'm kind of put between I've put myself between a crook in the roof where like the roofing style changes, and using that to kind of like brace my back to being like a sitting yet lying down position with the Ash's tome kind of across my legs right now.
You hear psst, bzz, bzz, as you see the front of it. You see what seems to be an owlin. As you look at the front of it, you see Orfal's face like start to like slowly mystically appear on the front of the sending stone.
Trouble in the paradise.
Do you pick up?
Mhm.
I very shocked to see the group of you still attending.
And why does that shock you?
Because one of you has fallen, and the rest of you, well, I guess this makes two of you that have fallen. And now you have newcomers to the group. From what I hear.
This is a real bad way to start out the conversation. Are you expecting new people to be a hindrance? I know they're not exactly going to be helpful.
Dante, your sister is most likely gone. Your
Sure.
friends at this point, they're an obstacle. My suggestion to you would be you have an opportunity. The Glacial Exchange, they already own what is left of Tarson Vale. The deal that we have protruded together, the deal that we shook on, ended the moment that your sister took that crystal from the tomb. The one magical item that, when we shook originally, back when we made the deal, that the tattoos on your arms signified whether you were taking a magical item without alerting me. The deal has been off since that moment. What I am telling you now is you have a choice to make. You could surrender yourself, give up the obstacles in the way, let the Glacial Exchange do what they're going to do in Tarson Vale. Or you can keep the game going for a little bit longer, and, well, maybe you'll end up like your sister, or maybe worse.
have a specific opinion on that. So,
My specific opinion would be for you to count the cards in front of you. The choices for you are not unlimited. There's a very choice set path. There's two. One is put your pride aside and join with the Glacial Exchange. Understand what you could not understand in the past. Accept that you're not going to stop what happens at Tarson Vale. Or, option 2. You and your merry band of misfits continue your adventure. Continue on to the path you've set. And watch everything that the Smokespite Empire has built comes crashing down. At least with the Glacial Exchange, you'll be able to commit to being maybe a sub-business or owned out by the Glacial Exchange. That still keeps the integrity of your business. While it might not be the prideful thing to do, it keeps your family alive.
you said it yourself. My family's dead. I'm gonna flick the sending stone off the roof.
As you do, as you flick it, the signal bzzz, and you see what seems to be like a instant Phelan that goes, "Wait!" And it flies off into the distance as it hits the ground, and just hits.
Is the voice of the Synphalan recognizable?
Roll me a history check.
14.
It sounded like a nori as it flew off the roof.
I'm gonna almost lean back against the roof and I'll drum my fingers along the tile. She's not gonna be there. And then I'm gonna slide off the side of the roof. You can see the stone. It's not like I flicked it far.
Bzz, bzz. Hello, is anybody there? Please pick up. I don't have time. She's heavy. I can't keep going. Bzz, bzz. As like whatever connection is like fading in and out.
Step over to the stone and begin to lean down to grab it, and my hand, the gloved hand, kind of stops for a moment and fingers kind of flex and then grab. Where are you?
Silvervale gal, I have your sister. It's
Running
not
now.
going great and acting weird as like it's going in and out.
I'm already on my way.
And that is where we end tonight's episode as we pick up next week to figure out, 1, what's going on with Ash, 2, the conversation you're going to have with the Planar Vanguards, and 3, what's going on with a lot of you guys. Also, Doll with a new gift. So,
Doll's becoming what she's seeking to destroy.
Quote unquote gift.
Gift. So,
What the frick?
She's becoming
Good
BP.
episode.
Hey, what an episode! That was crazy. Okay, lot to think about.
I'm fully here for it. But in the meantime, I appreciate everybody watching, and I'm gonna ask, because I didn't ask it right the last time, are you ready for more tales?
Always.
God damn right. Alright. Later, everybody. Thank you for watching. Our raid screen will be active next episode. Goodbye. We love you. I will see you soon. Enjoy your night.